Jesus entered the house of Simon and Andrew with James and John. Simon's mother-in-law lay sick with a fever. They immediately told Jesus about her. Jesus approached her, took her by the hand, and helped her up. Then the fever left her, and she went about her work. When it was evening after sunset, they brought to Jesus all who were ill or possessed with demons. The whole town was gathered at the door. Jesus cured many who were sick with various diseases and cast out the many demons. But Jesus would not permit the demons to speak, because they knew who he was. Rising early the next morning, Jesus left and went off to a deserted place where he prayed. Simon and those who were with him managed to find Jesus and said to him, "Everyone is looking for you." Jesus told them, "Let us go on to the nearby villages that I may proclaim the good news there also. This is what I have come to do." So Jesus went into their synagogues, preaching and driving out demons throughout the whole of Galilee. The Gospel of the Lord. At one of the first places I was assigned as a deacon, the parish had something kind of unusual. There were 6 sets of twins within the school itself. And the studies done with twins tell us that many of them kind of share the same thoughts, especially if they're fraternal twins. Many will finish off each other's sentences. And even if they're separated at birth, they really do have a lot of the same kind of traits within themselves that kind of develop naturally. So you can imagine the surprise of a family where there were these 2 boys and they were as different as night and day, and yet they were identical twins. And so out of their concern, they took them to see a doctor, and the doctor said, well, physically there's nothing wrong with them. And so they took them to see a psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist said, well, I really don't know. He says, but let's do a little test with the kids. So they put one of them in a room, and the child sat on the floor. And in the room was every kind of toy, everything imaginable that children would just pick up and start playing with. And so the doctor went in and said, now, why aren't you playing with anything? He said, well, this one could hurt me. This one I'm not really sure what to do with. And he had an excuse for everything in the room as to why he wouldn't play with it. The other child was placed in a room with nothing but manure. And immediately the child started digging all over the place. And the parents thought, oh my God, he's gone mad. And so the doctor went in and said, what are you doing? He says, I'm looking for the pony. And he goes, what pony? He goes, with this much manure, there's got to be a pony here somewhere. We really do see that attitude plays a key role in the response that people do with ordinary life. This morning, the scriptures were presented with 3 very different individuals, with Job, with Paul, and Jesus. And each of them has an attitude that allows the response to be either faithful or the response to be one that questions where God is in their life. But the ultimate purpose, or the ultimate goal is, for what purpose have I come? And so the reflection this morning will continue to look upon that. What is our attitude? What is the proclamation of the gospel? And for what purpose have I come to live life on this world by God?